Against the Grain Sports with the Rack Pack and the host by Jody Coleman. We have our crew here. We don't have a full crew tonight, but we do have some sit-ins with Gerard McCain. But we can go ahead and introduce yourself. We're going to start to my left.
I'm Michael Perry, and Herm Edwards once said, "You play to win the game." Therefore, Tim Tebow definitely has a place in the NFL because he wins games.
National champ, North Carolina Tar Heels. Great season last year. Now they're national bums.
Hi, I'm Gerard McCain, and Tracy McGrady will be a good addition to the New York Knicks.
We introduced our cast. Of course, I'm your host, Jody Coleman. And what we're going to do is going to get into our hot topics of the evening. Now, y'all went to the Super Bowl, right?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
And it was a couple weeks ago, and they got me on camera saying that I thought the Indianapolis Colts was going to win. So
Yes,
you need
you
to
did.
burn that footage. Burn that footage. 'Cause I don't
No.
like being wrong. How am I be the host to be wrong? You know.
That's okay.
But we're going to go ahead and get into the hot topics, and the hot topic is the Super Bowl. And this New Orleans Saints won their first Super Bowl over the Indianapolis Colts, who was a slight favorite. I don't think it should have been like that. Drew Brees, MVP, he completed Super Bowl tying record with Tom Brady with 32 completions. My question to you guys is, where do you rank Drew Brees in today's quarterbacks now?
I definitely believe that what Drew Brees did in this particular Super Bowl puts him up there at that next level of the great quarterbacks playing today. Everybody talks about Peyton Manning, but at the end of the day, it's one Super Bowl. Drew Brees now has one Super Bowl. Then you go to that next tier, you've got Ben Roethlisberger, and then you go to that next tier, and then you have Tom Brady. You won't have Brady Quinn on that list, but you will have.
Wow.
Since we're gonna go there on that, and we talked about this. We have talked about this on several different occasions about the quarterback. So where would you rank him at? I mean, do you rank him number one? Are you according to Super Bowls? How do you rank him?
Well, my outlook on where he is now is in that top 4 quarterbacks in the league. I mean, Brett Favre, you can basically put him in his own kind of subcategory now because maybe he's coming back, maybe he's not. But of the guys we know that's coming back, Drew Brees has cracked the top 4. He's done everything he could over the last couple of years. Last 4 years, he's been one of the top quarterbacks. It was, will he be able to get to the Super Bowl? Will he be able to win a big game? And now he's accomplished that. And his winning percentage in the Super Bowl now is 1,000. Peyton Manning just dropped to 500 in big games that he's played in. Brady Quinn, excuse me, I keep saying Brady Quinn.
I'm gonna let him get that.
But Tom Brady is at 75% in the championship game, and Ben Roethlisberger is
How many has Tom Brady played in?
4.
Tom Brady?
Yeah.
Yes, he's played in 4. He's only lost 1. That's 75%.
Okay, what I'm saying is you can't even put Drew Brees in anywhere near Tom Brady.
But he's not.
Because he tied a completion rate, completions for a Super Bowl, does not put him up in that upper echelon of quarterbacks. I'm sorry, he had a great year.
I think you misunderstood what I said. I said he's cracked the top 4 or 5 in the game now. Let's say he was at the top.
He cracked the top 4 or 5 of who?
Well, when you look at his season stats for the last 3 years, he's been one of the top quarterbacks in the league. He was right in that tier with San Diego's
Last year, the Saints
Rivers.
were a 500 ball club.
And the year before that, they had a very good season.
They had a very good, so they went up, down,
But
and then they went all the way up.
But his level of play has been consistent. Even when he was in San Diego, before they gave Phillip Rivers the keys, he was on his own individual road to being at that top level. But now he's entered that category. Now what he does from here on out really will determine how far he goes with it. But I mean, I can see the Saints contending at least for another couple years until free agency begins to impact their team.
Okay, what how you feel?
I think Drew Brees had a great year, no doubt about that. MVP caliber season, I do. I think his past year, I think he's been very consistent over his years in the NFL. But to put him up there with the Tom Brady's, do I think he's better than Ben Roethlisberger? Yes, I do. Yeah, I do. I think he has an explosive offense. I think the coach really, I think Sean Payton did a remarkable job. But plus, you know, the guy had the city, the state of Louisiana, you know, pushing this guy along, you know.
Okay.
I mean,
You don't think Indianapolis pushes?
no,
Peyton
I don't,
Manning
because
along?
I was there, and there were
You were in
there was
Miami.
it was 10-1 Saints fans in Miami.
Well, try this. Get on Interstate 70, drive west, go to Indianapolis.
They were
and see
not.
if they love
Listen,
Peyton Manning.
it felt like it was just the Saints.
So, Drew, how do you
in
feel
this-
about Drew Brees, and how would you rank him? Or is he better than Carson Palmer?
Yeah, he's better than Carson Palmer. I like Drew Brees. I've liked Drew Brees since he was at San Diego. I think he's up there, but not with the Tom Brady. But I do like him as like a Peyton Manning because he does have one Super Bowl ring. I've always liked his performance. He can get the ball to his players. He has good elusive skills. I like Drew Brees.
Yeah,
I like Drew Brees.
as I think about it, he doesn't have the ideal size for an NFL quarterback. He's not 6'5". He's kind of a small guy.
But see, that's just the whole thing. I mean, who makes these sizes? Like Joe Montana is the best quarterback.
But what
of all
I'm
time.
saying
He's
is,
6'1".
I think the guy, I think he's going to be a force to reckon with in the next couple of years. With the offense, if they can keep those guys there in New Orleans, the weapons that he has, if they can keep those guys, I think you'll see him contending for the NFC Championship.
So you agree with me? With what I
To
said?
some degree, I do.
I agree with you,
I-
Mike.
to
I would
some-
say
but
I would say top four. I agree.
And that's okay.
But I can't do that. I'm gonna go ahead and give my. I listen to everybody's opinions. You know, mine a little bit. I think Drew Brees is a very good quarterback, but a lot of times the quarterbacks get bunched up in a certain kind of offense. Kurt Warner goes into a certain kind of offense because that's what he reminds me of. Drew Brees reminds me a lot of Kurt Warner when it comes to his statistics and the type of offense he's been running. Drew Brees is a good quarterback.
Is it bad to be? Is it bad to be lumped in there with Kurt Warner, who's
No,
going to
it's-
the Hall of Fame as well?
And that's to be seen.
He's going to the Hall of Fame.
I still would have to. I would still have to put. No, my top quarterback in the league is still going to be Peyton Manning, regardless he lost a Super Bowl or not. The statistics prove that he's the best as far as in the game today because of the numbers. If you want to go Super Bowls, then of course Trent Dilfer will be one of the best quarterbacks if he goes Super Bowls. But you can't just let it be on Super Bowls.
I want to say this, and I want to say this to the listening public. You play to win the game. And if you're winning games and you're winning championships, at the end of the day, that's the rubric of success.
Wait a minute, Mike. If you want to talk about winning games, you know I have to throw a statistic up here. The Indianapolis Colts, since Peyton Manning been there, was the only team in history to win 7 seasons with 12 straight winning.
One game away from still being in that category of.
But my thing is this:
Buffalo
they
Bills.
did. Peyton Manning, you said he's one game away from that. But when he won the Super Bowl, when he did play the Bears, he did beat the New England Patriots to get there, and he won it in a dramatic fashion with Tom Brady on.
Want to come back win, but how many times has Tom Brady beat him to get to the Super Bowl and then win? It's just like it's the age-old argument: Joe Montana or Dan Marino. Hey man, you can talk. I mean, individual statistics are great,
Yeah.
but you play to win championships. And until Terry Bradshaw, there's a tier of guys that when you're talking greatness, Peyton Manning is a great individual performer. He's like a basketball player that can score a lot of points.
Tracy McGrady.
But you can't necessarily. No, he does actually play.
Wow.
Yeah,
You know, he actually does play. So I mean, I wouldn't take it that far. But I mean, he's a great individual performer, a Picasso of sorts. But that doesn't mean that he's the kind of guy you can win with. Maybe had he checked down to the run a couple times when they had Edgerrin James, maybe they could have got some Super Bowls
I
one
mean,
time.
that's no here nor there. But when you're looking at actual performances on the field, Peyton Manning is not matched by anybody. He's going.
Sure
he's
he
going
is.
I like his little brother.
Eli.
Eli's got as many championships as he does.
Sure.
No, wait a minute.
In a shorter time. In a shorter
The
time.
worst receivers. I mean, you gotta look at this guy's thrown to one Hall of Famer, and now he's throwing to a potential